A few years ago, I had a wonderful family. 4 kids, a mom and a dad, and lots of cousins, aunts, and uncles. We went to church regularly, had many family parties, and had some excellent times. As families around me were falling apart, I had always thought, my parents will never get divorced. But in the back of my mind, even when I was very little, I worried that one day a divorce would come. Well, that day came. It was a wonderful summer day. Everything went as it usually did on a Sunday, but there was something strange going on, a strange demeanor or feeling. I thought I saw tears in my eldest sister Christy's eyes, but I passed it all off as my imagination. Then my mom suddenly asked all of us kids to come with her to coffee. My brother Manny didn't want to go. He had been acting strange as well. My mom took us to Starbucks in the 3rd Ward. We got our drinks. My sister Andrea and I were acting very silly. We admitted later that we were acting silly to try and lighten the mood. It still didn't seem right, the whole thing. We all walked down to the river and sat on a dainty little dock, when finally my mom said it. She and my dad were getting divorced. You know how in Mean Girls, after Lindsay Lohan sees Regina George kiss the guy she likes, she says, "My stomach felt like it was going to fall out of my butt." Well, that is exactly how I felt. I wanted to barf, faint, jump in the water, cry my eyes out, and sleep all at the same time. It was terrible. Right away, I asked to go to my cousin's house. Of course it was okay with my family. They understood that I couldn't handle staying at home. I went there for a week and I had a great time. I didn't really talk about my parents' divorce with them because I just wasn't ready yet. But I realized that I had tons of family and friends that were there for me. I started going to youth group at my church recently before that, and all the people there were so supportive of me. God put these wonderful people in my life and worked through them to touch my heart and help me through a hard time. I saw examples of great marriages, like my pastor and his wife, and saw that not all hope is lost, and if you keep God in your marriage, then it will prosper. And instead of relying on other things during the time of my parents' divorce, like drugs or a boyfriend, all of the things that many people turn to in a depressing time, I turned to God. I started having an understanding of things that I never thought of before. My view of the world changed completely. Of course, my parents getting divorced was still hard. We started having family parties less and less. It started getting awkward between certain family members. They were just so utterly shocked. They didn't know what to do. But through it all, I was overjoyed because I had God. My extended family on both sides are getting a little bit used to the situation. We started having more family parties and are developing a system. I just thank God for how He has blessed me with a great family that is so supportive, a great church with people in it that are like family to me, a great house, and so many things that I don't need. God is good and I will follow Him.